Okay, so what's up, guys? It's Ben Malal here, and welcome to this video. Now, I know a lot of you are basically doing e-commerce. Most of you are doing drop shipping. I know some of you are doing private label. Maybe some of you are building a brand. But I really wanted to bring to the table something that I think everybody in the e-com space can benefit from. And that's why I saw who's really strong in the market currently and who's really getting the best numbers. And to be honest, Abdullah Osama. If you haven't heard about him yet, then he's really killing it. He's probably currently, from what I've seen, one of the best ecom gurus in the game, making literally over 100K a day sometimes. But yeah, that's basically the guy. And I wanted him to basically show you what is possible if you actually know the strategies behind scaling and the strategies behind finding products. Because if there's somebody that you really want to learn ecom from, it's this guy. So Abdallah, glad to have you, man. Super excited, and
Thanks, man.
thanks able to do this.
Okay, I'm really excited about this case study, by the way.
Cool, man. Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will benefit from it. So, man, take it away whenever you're ready. Okay, I'm here, and if I have any questions, I'll throw them your way.
Okay, sure. So, as Ben said, I'm Abdullah Osama. I'm from Miami. My origins return to Jordan. I have been doing e-commerce for like the past 7 years, but to be honest, I didn't bank really hard until like 2015. Why? I'll explain you how I did it and what's the struggles that stopped me. Okay, so first thing, let me show you some good stuff that can refresh you and prove that e-commerce is still working. So here I took a brand new store from 0 to 50K in like 3 days. I did more, but that's just like average. Um, Here I spent 100K, made 300 back. That's not the best ROI, still good. Here I spent 200,000, made 600 back. So also here I took a brand new ad account in 3 days to spend 9 grands. Okay, so how did we do those numbers? So I'll show you my blueprint, but let me tell you those 4 steps that you need to do with e-commerce and Facebook ads. You need to find hot products, product research. We used in this case study a Obillo method. I'll show you 6 methods today, but the product that we found it using Obillo method. Video ads, it was a video ad. We did huge audiences. We started with like 3 million and scaled to 7 million, then did lookalikes, rapid scaling with manual bidding.
Hey Abdallah, can you share your screen actually so I can see what you're doing? So if I have like any questions about certain things, I can tell you.
Sure, let's do that. Okay, screen. See it now?
Cool. Yeah, I see it. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, so let me show you my blueprint right now. So first thing, general stores all the time. No niche stores. A lot of gurus teaching you to do niche stores. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but like I have tested everything. General stores, niche stores, funnels. I saw that you can do like 10 grands to like 20K, 30K with niche stores, but you cannot scale more. Why? Is it from your Facebook ads? No, or Facebook ads like strategies are really good. Products, no, but there's no that huge room to scale. With general stores, you get to test more niches, more stuff, and there's bigger room to scale. Second step to find hot products, which we'll talk more about soon. Third thing is to go broad or stay making $200 per day. This is so serious. Target huge audiences over 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, even more. Like I started with 3 million with this store as an audience, but I'm not telling you to go really broad like target the cat's interest 60 million. No, I'm telling you to pick a targeted audience that is huge. Launch at least 3 products per day for consistency. If you want to build a sustainable business, you need to build your empire, you always need to launch at least 3 products per day. You can find a product, scale it, then when it dies, okay, back to zero. What did you benefit? So you need to launch at least 3 products per day to keep the winners up and running, then scaling. Don't stick with the US, target USA, UK, Canada, and Australia. Also Netherlands, I forgot to write it. Kill and scale on daily basis. Don't force losers to become winners. Always kill and scale on daily basis. If there's a loser, just kill it. Don't wait and keep losing money. Stop the bleeding. Video ads, all the time. Video ads. Like, I do 90% video ads. How we do the videos? Using Camtasia. Also, you can use Quick App on your iPhone device. You can ship the product to your model. We have a model, you can ship it, but that's a little bit on a higher level. You can start with doing slideshows on a couple of YouTube videos, cropping them, put one video. You want your video to be between 10 seconds to a minute. You don't want something more than that. From our testings, we saw that this is the best time duration, because more than that it will start to be boring and people will not complete the video. Okay, so product research methods. Facebook search popular method, everyone knows that, but we'll explain it. AliExpress, if you're sorting by orders, start sorting by newest now. Like, this is really cool, everybody's sorting by orders. But what if you start finding new stuff that's not in the market? That's really good. That's like, you get a cheaper cost per purchase, and at the same time you can scale more and harder. Amazon and eBay, this is really simple. Abdullah method, this is not like this method, is so effective, and not everyone knows it, so I'll explain it. Google Trends, just check what's trending. Sixth method, which we really depend on, make an Excel sheet full of your competitor sites, check them on weekly/daily basis using Shopify and Inspector. It's a Chrome extension. Check their bestsellers and recently launched products. Also their Facebook page. Okay, so let's go right here to my browser. So this is Abdullah. You need to have it on your browser, on your Shopify store. Press on search products. Go to advanced. Start at 15. So let's search, for example, horse. So sold in 30 days. We only start with 15 from from our research and testing. So 15 is the best. You can do higher or less. It's up to you. Search. Now we start looking. As you can see, there's a case, earphone case, necklace, pillow, necklace. Here are headphones. Headphones are really good and trending those days. Clock. If you're seeing old stuff all the time right here, you may go to page like 5. Check. A necklace again. If you see a product like a couple times, it means that it's trending on AliExpress. So this one we saw it like 3 times so far, so I think it's trending. You may test it. Always verify on Facebook. Take the product name, plug it in the Facebook search, see if it's there or not. We always try to fix, if we want to take something that's on Facebook, we always want it between the past 6 days, or like between like 6 days to 12 days. Not more than that. More than that, it will be saturated and you'll be at a higher risk. So this is a mistake that everyone does. They may pick a product that's running for like 3 months, then say, oh, why it's not working? Oh, e-commerce doesn't work, Facebook ads doesn't work. It's all about finding new products that are not scaled by other people. Right here, this is a sticker. So this is a really great example right here. This one too, Canvas. So this is our Abdullah method. Let's talk about the Facebook method. Plug in a keyword like get yours now, buy it now, using shorteners at the same time. So for this example, we wrote get yours now. Filter, as I said, you need to filter by March. So let's look at the products that are launched in March. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, so as you can see right here, this is actually a hoodie launched this month, like a couple of days back, about 1.3K. More colors, most recent. See, 1 hour ago. So it's running and it's new. And the engagement is good. Not too bad, not so good. Okay, again here, this one is not running from the engagement. Okay. Okay, so we're not seeing a lot of stuff. If you're not seeing a lot of stuff, you may change the keyword by here. Shorteners are really good. Let's take a look. Also, you can use niche miner. It's like Facebook search, but it's on a higher level. It's 100% free. Let's do it. Log in with Facebook. One good point why niche miner is really good. You can search on Facebook, Pinterest, and Shopify stores also at the same time in Google, and they have all the keywords for you. You just pick the keyword and search. So look, as you can see, get yours here, get yours now. Post type, all posts. When? This month. You press on start mining. Boom, you start seeing stuff. Scroll down. This one. As you can see, there's a video ad. A mug right here. $1.5K. Check. Let's try other keyword. It's about trying with the keywords. See what's the most popular keyword that's working. Okay, this one has good engagement. It's trademarked. I really don't suggest trademark if you're not licensed. If you're licensed, you can bank with trademark. Okay, so let's say that this site is good, you like it. You may use Shopify Inspector to check their products, their bestsellers. So I go to products. I need to refresh the page. So those are their bestsellers. This one seems it's their bestseller. And the Bat Steampunk Pocket Watch is their bestseller, second bestseller, as you can see. So Shopify Inspector is a really good one to look at. Now let's talk about the eBay method. Basically going to ebay.com, press on advanced. You want to pick a keyword, of course. Sold listings. Buy it now. New. From preferred location. Worldwide. Start searching. Go start seeing stuff. If you're seeing really broad stuff, you can go type in horse necklace, go more specific. As you can see, so this is how you use the Abdullah method and eBay method, and actually those are actual transactions. So eBay is sorting by the actual transactions. So this one sold like in the past few minutes, then this. So those are actual transactions. So let's get back to our Excel sheet. eBay method, we explained it. Abdullah method. Okay, so I'll give you some tips and niches to look at. Hunting is a really good one. Fishing, sports, you can niche down to a good kind of sport. Skulls and enemy, but if you're licensed, if you're not, don't do trademark. We don't suggest that. So let's talk about ads. First thing, as I said earlier, don't target 100,000 audiences. Pick a huge niche that is targeted at the same time. The bigger your audience, the more you scale, the more you make money. So this is really important. Don't do 100,000 audience, then say, oh, it doesn't work, I cannot scale. Pick 1 million, 2 million, 3 million audiences, big audiences. We sometimes do 10 million. You just want to target it. You don't want anything rather than that. Huge and targeted. Also, the smaller your audience, the more expensive it is. So Facebook says, okay, this guy wants this specific audience. It's so small audience, and this guy wants it. So Facebook will say, okay, this is a really small audience, and you want it, so competition will be higher. So when you go broader, it's cheaper. Okay. So also we start with website conversions and PPE, website conversion with add to carts. You can start with view content, but if you do PPE, it can allow you to start with website add to cart, website conversion add to carts. After 25 purchases per day or per your conversion window, we like 7 days, you can jump to 20 to purchase, optimizing on purchase. Then after 25, so the rule is 25 sales per your conversion window. Is it clear? Ben, do you have any questions so far?
Until now, no.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so do we flex audience? Not really, but when we do it in a special way. 3 layers. First layer, a lot of interest. We want it over 15 million. It doesn't work except if you're having a really huge and good niche. So 15 million. Second layer, 5 to 10 million. Third layer, couple big broad interests. You'll end up between 1 million to 3 millions. And that's the goal, to have huge audiences. Don't flex to get 100,000 audience. This is not correct. It works, but you cannot scale. Use audience insights and Facebook suggestions to find interest. That's what we do. Find if you want to use audience insights for more advanced targeting. Pick all of the targetable interests. Write them down on an Excel sheet or whatever you like, any place. Look at them. Them. Test by groups. You can test by magazine group, website groups, um, magazine websites. You can also brands, look at brands, shops, movies, books. Start targeting from 22 plus. We all start from 22 plus. We saw that 18, 19, 20, 21. Not really good. Even sometimes we start from 24. It depends on the product and the niche. So if it's a niche for younger ages, you start with 22 plus. If it's for old people, you may start with 25 plus. And that's how it works. You need to use kind of sense, but if you want to start from the minimum, my minimum is 22 plus. Start at 12 a.m. at account time zone. A lot of people ask me, what time zone? Is it Pacific, Eastern? No, it's your ad account time zone. Your ad account is optimizing on Pacific, you start at Pacific time zone. Eastern, you start on Eastern time zone. Scale and kill on daily basis, don't force losers. This is a really good one. I always say that to my students. Never force a loser to become a winner. If you're having a good asset, then it's going to be bad. What do? Give it a chance, a couple hours. See, is it improving? Improving? Okay, we leave it. Not improving after a couple hours. Don't leave it. Don't say, oh, I'll wait a couple days. You are losing money. If it's bad, just kill it and start a new one. If it's a huge audience, you may reduplicate it with like the same audience, kill that old one, and duplicate again, same audience. See how it goes. It may work, but if it's like 1 million, 2 million, you may change age, play with the interest, then start a new one. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook ad strategies to get you started right now. So we start with $10, between $10 to 20 per ad set on a new ad account for testing. Sometimes when we have a really good and strong pixel, we start on 50. That's not suggested, really suggested, but you can do that sometimes. That's all a bit so far, depending on your audience. Don't go over 50 if your audience is less than a million. As I said, we start with PPE and website conversion add to carts. So tracking assets is the best part. How do you read and analyze your assets and campaigns? We test with 10 to 20. If the product starts hitting your margin, kill the asset. If the asset starts hitting your margin, just kill the asset. Let's say you have a $4 product from AliExpress, you're selling it for 15. So you have 11 bucks. If you spend, if you want your cost per purchase between, let's say, 5 to 7, if it was more than that, just kill. Put your goals. Look at CPM, CPC link, CPA, cost per purchase, and cost per add to cart. You always want your CPM less than $10. That's the goal. CPC link not more than $2.50. Well, it's always less than that, but in a really competitive niches, it may go to 2.50, but it's always less than that. You want your cost per purchase. You need to look at it between the past 30 days, 7 days, and the same day. See how it's going. Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? What's going on with it? CPA, look at your CPA. It's good to know how's it going. If you're optimizing for AutoCAD, see how's it going past 7 days. Today, yesterday, see is it going higher, decreasing, increasing, average, what's going on. You need to always have an idea what's going on. Don't just run the asset, make money without knowing what's going on. Maybe you're making money, you're looking at your Shopify dashboard, but at the same time you're bleeding or losing money. So scaling formula, scaling by budgets. How do we scale so hard and get our ad account spent so high? As you can see here, this is a brand new ad account. I literally spent right here like 230,000 in 7 days on a brand new ad account. You're not believing me? Look at this. Day 1, 0. I spent 0. Day 2, I spent 7,000. How did I do that? I said test with 10 to 20. I didn't. That's true. I didn't test with thousands. No, I tested. I tested a couple of campaigns. Tested with 10 to 20. At the same day, I found out that I have some winners. I started scaling with manual bidding on day 1. So, Facebook ad strategies, like manual bidding, you can just start like scaling same day. At the same time, manual bidding is good because you can control your budget. Facebook will not spend if you're having bad day, and Facebook will always look to find you the best conversions at the low rates. So Facebook will not spend the whole budget so ill except if your bid is really so high. So I suggest to look at your, let's say you test it, look at your auto assets and you want to scale it. So you look at it, okay, good, you want to scale it. Duplicate it to a manual bidding asset. Look at your CPA on the auto asset. Are you optimizing on purchase or add to cart? Purchase. So you look at your cost per purchase, see how's it going. It's, by the way, for it's always better to bid on add to cart. That's from our case study. Bidding on add to cart is always better, except if you're having like a huge ratio difference between add to carts and purchase. So let's say if you're getting between each 5 add to carts one purchase, that's not bad. But if you're having like one purchase between each 15 add to carts, so that's bad. So you need to bid at on purchase. Okay. So how do you bid? You duplicate it. Look at your CPA. Let's say that your cost per add to cart is $2. Try doing 2 times. We always do between 2 times to 3.5 times. It's always different. So you may start with testing with 2 times. If it's bringing traffic, everything is good. Leave it optimized, then start going after a couple of days by decreasing the bid, trying to find your sweet spot. If it's doing bad, no traffic at all, not spending, increase by 0.50. And if there's a lot of traffic, bad traffic, and spending so fast, decrease your bid by 0.50. Keep increasing and decreasing until you find the results that you want. So that's how we scale. We duplicate for manual biddings. We start with at least 1,000 per asset. Usually Facebook will not spend except like between 40 to 60% on day one, sometimes even less, but at the same time, you're getting decent cost per purchase. Day two, it starts to optimize more and more. Day three, better. And sometimes on really, really good days, you spend about 80 to 95% of your budget. Also, we bid on max, not average. We tried average, we saw that max is much better. You're limiting Facebook. Okay, so you're telling Facebook, listen, Facebook, I want my, I really like think that my conversion should be around that. So that's the average. So if you tell Facebook, okay, I want my conversions to be on $5 average. So Facebook may do something like $7, $10. They will try to find this. That's not good, but if you give them a limit, okay, so tell them, Facebook, listen, my bid will be 5, and I want it 5. Please don't go higher. That's what will Facebook do. And one thing that not everyone understands, your bid is not your cost per add to cart or cost per purchase limit. No, that's how much you value the conversion. Some people think, okay, if you bid on $5, it will not go over that. It will go, but it only shows Facebook how much is that conversion worth to you. Okay, so that's manual bidding. We start with at least, as I said, 1,000. What's the max? We saw that 10,000 is the max for the US. That's what the US can handle. I have done like 30,000 ad sets, even more like 20,000, 20, 30, 40. I have done sometimes 50,000 ad sets on a worldwide base. It's really good, and at the same time you don't have to work with and deal with a lot of assets. So I really did huge number like budgets. As you can see here, I have a 20,000 budget asset. I have done 50,000 budget. You can do that with worldwide, but if you want to stick to the US, which I don't suggest, go worldwide. You need to do something like 10,000 maximum. That's from our point. So scaling by age, countries, and placement. Break down your ages, see what is working, and duplicate on that. A lot of people miss. They may start with 22 plus to 65 plus, and just keep it running. You're getting conversions, but if you tweak it, you may get a lot more conversions at a cheaper rate. Also, break down your mobile devices. We break down between Apple devices. We see that always iPad is better and cheaper. For some people, it's more expensive. I see that, but always iPad is the most converting in the Apple devices. So break down by ages, and if the audience is really huge, like if you're literally targeting worldwide, you may break down by mobile devices. Target the big countries. Don't focus on US only. The USA, Canada, UK, Australia, Netherlands, and Germany. Also, find a good supplier, negotiate with them, tell them, okay, we'll buy from you a lot of units, but we want you to give us some kind of discount, and at the same time tell them we don't want to buy each item one by one. No, we want to send you an Excel sheet that on daily basis and pay once a week or once like per each sheet. Try to find that kind of vendor. You need a vendor that you will pay more per your Excel sheet, not each time. It will be much cheaper for you, maybe on your banking fees, on AliExpress fees, and all that kind of stuff. Also, it's a lot less work, and you don't get to hire more VAs. We start with mobile. When we find it's a winner, duplicate it to desktop and Instagram and see how it goes. We don't do mobile and desktop at the same time because when you do mobile and desktop, Facebook may pick one for you so random and you may be optimizing on the wrong thing. So it's always good to start with mobile, then duplicate and see how's it going with desktop and Instagram. And Instagram is always converting for younger ages. So lookalikes start by 1% up to 10%. Um, you can start lookalikes after 300 sale if you have a strong pixel, but I really don't suggest that. After like you can start after what I really suggest is starting after 1,000 view content or 1,000 add to carts and 1,000 purchase. If you're targeting huge audiences, you may not even use lookalikes that much and just stick to the audiences. So you need to make a lot of sales, then try lookalikes. That's how it works much better for us. Start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at once and cut the losers, scale the winners. Retargeting, we use Shoelace. They take care for everything on autopilot. So you can use DPAs. Ben is teaching that. I'm teaching that, but when you're at a higher level and you really have no time and you're scaling really really hard, like hitting 50,000 a day and even more, they are just good and they'll bring you a good return on investment. So Shoelace is a good one. So that's it. That's how I did it. You can join my ecom group. It's called 9 Figure Shopify Mastermind. Abdullah Osama, and that's the link. Do you have any questions, Ben?
Awesome, man. Cool. Great, great. Man, that was amazing. I really liked it. I learned a few things even. Yeah, guys, if anybody wants to like join Abdallah's group, I strongly recommend it. Super active and really high player ecom going on there. So let me recap really fast. So like everything is organized. Now, basically, you start off, you look for products, right? You look for products that have at least a few sales, right? You're looking for products that have at least a few sales, but not like a gazillion sales. So they're not like saturated, but it seems that there are some sales, so it has potential, right?
That's true.
Okay, so you start there. You would rather go to more general niches just because it's more easy to scale and to reach higher numbers.
Yes, don't go with smaller niches. Go with bigger
Right.
ones.
Yeah, because eventually, because the bigger niches just have much more room for scalability. So that's really the how you can reach those 50K days, 60K days, 100K days with
Exactly.
cool,
Yeah,
awesome.
like I have done 150,000 a day with just 3 products. So 50 each.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So how many products do you release like on a daily basis?
For us, on 6 stores, we release about 30, but you can just start with 3. 3 is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, because eventually, once you have the system, it's basically just a numbers game, right? Just like releasing a lot of products until like
Yeah,
something sticks, and then you just scale.
exactly.
Cool. And so basically, just using you've been just using like you've been using these techniques to find products, right? And this is how you actually
Yes,
found these
that's how I
products, and then
actually find it myself. That's how I do it.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. Cool. No, it makes sense because the way that you actually search for it and through the systems, through the, like the Oberlo platform and so on is it's really it gives you like actually good like statistics, and then you just can use that. which is actually really, really useful. Okay, so you test the products, right? You test the products, and whatever has given you a positive ROI, you just scale it,
That's
right?
true. You scale on day one. No need to wait.
What do you mean? What do you mean by scale on day one? So how?
Like as soon as you find it somewhere, made you 2 sales, 3 sales, duplicate to end up
Okay.
getting in stock. Yeah, I forgot to mention we scale with at least about 2 to 3 sales. One sale, maybe it's just luck. Don't scale with one sale base.
Okay, so you're saying once it like the second you see that it has potential, even like 2, 3 sales, you don't wait, you just go ahead and scale it.
Yes.
Awesome. And then it's just like you have all of these, just a lot of testing, whatever works, you scale. And do you use like with pixels? What do you use? Do you use like one main pixel, custom conversions, different ad accounts? How does it work?
General store for some
Well,
ad
what? Say that
accounts,
again.
we saw that if you just run on demand pixel, it works better. But on other ad accounts, we saw you need to use custom conversions. It's really weird from Facebook, but you can start testing with demand pixel, find a product, scale it, then start testing other stuff. If you're seeing that everything is good, keep going that way. But if you see that stuff are not doing good, you're losing your ROI is going down, then use custom conversions.
Awesome. And what do you do with like Facebook limits? So let's say I know a lot of people probably have this problem where they can only spend a certain amount on Facebook, like $5,000 a day or 1,500 a day.
Facebook usually start for like a spending limit per day for 5,000.
Right. How do you increase that?
You just talk with your rep, tell them, okay, you see that I'm spending so high. Don't tell them without spending. If they just see you spending, they will increase it within 24 hours. Like always, when like me myself, my students, I have a lot of students, you know that. They just ask within 24 hours, boom, it's raised. They just need to see that you're legit paying the bill and you're spending.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense. Eventually, it's just like the system is pretty simple. Eventually, like if you actually look at it, people overcomplicate things. I notice just like trying to find these extremely targeted audiences instead of just like playing it like simple, stupid, and just like trying a lot of things until something sticks and then scaling from there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot
Nice.
of people just do small audiences, then say, "Oh, e-commerce and Facebook ads doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't."
Right.
It's just about
Yeah. So basically, I got a lot of people are always asking me questions that like because they're saying like, oh, so the audience is big, it means it's not targeted. That's not true. The size of the audience does not affect how targeted it is. The size of the audience is just how many people are on the audience. It can be targeted as fuck.
marketers and people said that okay, if you add more interest and get the higher audience size, it will be less target. That's not true.
Yeah, totally. As long as the interests themselves are targeted, you can put a gazillion interests and reach 30 million. It will still be targeted if it's built out of interests that are targeted.
Example, on one of our stores, we found all the interest. Okay, that was like 1.5 years ago. Okay, so since that store is down, I'll talk about it like more in a flexible way. It was a cat niche print on demand store. Okay, we
Okay.
found all the cat interest, plugged them in one ad. It's about 50 to 60, I guess.
Cool. And each one of those interests, how big were they?
Like they were between 100,000 to a couple millions.
I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, it makes sense. It's just like it does make sense.
We scaled the whole campaign. We scaled like a whole big campaign with just that ad set.
Yeah, once you actually have because eventually the audience, the way it's targeted, it doesn't affect like the size of the audience does not affect how targeted the niche is. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
As long as it's built out of audiences that are good, you can put 500 interests and reach 30 million people. That'll still be targeted as long as it's built out of targeted interests. And of course, there are niches where you can actually reach those big numbers, right? Because if I want to go ahead and target, I know grandmas that are nurses, grandmas that are goth, I won't be able to reach tens of millions because the niche is extremely, extremely, extremely small. But if I go to more broader niches, I have that room of scalability.
That's 100%.
Awesome. Cool, man. Yeah, makes sense. Awesome, dude. Thanks so much for sharing this with us, Abdullah. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, before. If you want to hear more from Abdullah, check out his group, follow him. He's a really, really good guy, a really good friend of mine. And with that being said, guys, go take action, go implement, and I'll see you soon.